crashes. There will be plane crashes taking place. Planes are going to crash on the runway itself, but I saw that there will be a lot of plane crashes. Planes will crash on the runway itself. Planes will crash into stationary objects, and they will also crash with other planes, especially in rainy and foggy conditions. Horrible mishaps are going to be made by air traffic controllers to the point that when planes are cleared for takeoff, they will be cleared for takeoff on the same runway at the same time. And the air traffic controllers will not note the proper takeoff order, and it will result in a tragic event. The Lord said that we will see fireballs on the runway. So this is literally two planes smashing into each other, nose to nose, one plane smashing into the side, caving in the side, windows falling in, and then boom. We will see fireballs on the runway. We will see fireballs in the sky too, as planes blow up from technical problems or catch fire soon after takeoff, or when they've gained some altitude. They're just going to have some kind of technical mishap, and we're just going to see that entire thing exploding as it's in the ascent, or when it's climbed up and it's leveled off, and then you see it higher up in the sky. And God says that some planes will catch fire and have to come down again, and only some of them will be successful in catching fire, and the pilot may be managing to turn the thing around or quickly bring it down. He says that some of them will unsuccessfully come down because of the fire when they catch fire, and it's going to result in very terrible tragedies that will be all over the news. And so if I can give the sense of what I saw happening, there's going to be something that will start happening, people, and you need to be very careful. And I've already been telling my intercessors this for quite some time. Whatever you do now, you need to check it and double check it. You need to check it and double check it. Because when I say this, it will sound like, oh, it may sound spooky and kooky, but it's not. There is spiritual activity going on that may be done with hands that we can't see, little hands touching things that we can't see, or the mischief of the devil himself. But whatever you do from now on, check it and double check it. Lock your car. Don't walk away. You're going to start experiencing phenomena like this. You'll click it and the car will say tweet, tweet, but it will not lock. You'll have valuables in that car. The car will make the sound that promises you, I've locked the way I always have locked in the past. Something will prevent that thing from locking. And no, it's not for those who always are looking to gainsay what I say, to overturn what the Lord is saying. For those who are always, because their minds are carnal and they are fleshly. And so the things of the spirit, they cannot hold it. It just leaks out of their ears like water. So everything has to have a natural explanation to them. Not so. There's going to be interferences. Because the veil between our world, and I'm going to use the right side, we as humans, we have the right to be here on earth. So the right side is for us. There will be interferences from the other side because the separating veil between the two sides is getting thinner and thinner. You put something on the table, you know you put it there, it's not going to be there, and you have no children and you live alone. You lock your car, it's not going to lock, and then you're going to suffer a loss. Your paycheck is going to be in there. Something you just bought is going to be in there, and it's going to go missing. This is what was happening to the air traffic controllers. They looked and they saw numbers and they read and they calculated and they said runway 5 and runway 1 are far enough apart. You guys can literally run parallel at the same time. But something was making them read it wrong. Something was making them read it wrong, and they were literally scheduling runway 1 and runway 5 like this on a collision course instead of running parallel where they could both take off with enough space and not hit each other. They were making terrible, tragic mistakes after 20, 30, 40-year careers. They were not drunk. They were not sleepy. They were not distracted. They were not on their phones. They were locked into their jobs. They looked at the monitors. They read a certain set of numbers, and then they went Delta 99 and Delta 43, and they gave information. And then it was wrong. It was inexplicably wrong. They could not explain how it got the way it got, because now when it came time for the investigation, it was the way it was after it had gone wrong. But it was not that way when these men and these women looked at it in the beginning. And yet, who is going to believe them? The tragedy had happened. The planes will smash. The planes will crash. The planes will literally go into one of the stationary objects that I saw was those stairs. You know, the stairs that they put and we go up, and then they're supposed to take the stairs away and stow them away somewhere. For some unbelievable reason, I saw planes going at top speed, and then suddenly the stairs were there and they just went into the stairs and smashed, and the whole front just caught fire like that. And a lot of accidents also happened in rainy conditions. In rainy conditions is when the mischief was high. And foggy conditions also. Horrible mishaps that God was saying, similar runways and at similar times, and without noting the proper takeoff order. And that's how we'll be seeing fireballs on the runway, fireballs in the sky. Huge headlines. Huge headlines. I've been having this feeling for a while that flight, the missing one is going to happen again, the one that goes missing, and you'll hear more about that kind of thing here.